How old do you feel, Mike?
About 80.
I'm sure when you're 80, you're going to look back and laugh at this version of yourself.
Probably.
We're feeling pretty overwhelmed right now. Most of the snow's gone, and so there's just crap everywhere. And then there's so many trees that we got to cut. We didn't think of this process, eh? We just thought of getting in the cabin, and we didn't think spring would ever come or life in the cabin would ever come.
Well, it's like spend all summer working on things, and then you get closer to the fall and you realize you have to
hurry
to get into the cabin. And so we doubled down on everything.
Yeah.
So the cleanup on things got kind of pushed to the side. I was up in the middle of a windstorm putting in the satellite dish so we could
work from home.
so we could work the next day.
Right?
You know, on a 40-foot ladder.
Oh,
like 45 feet up or 40 feet up off the ground.
I was cursing him so bad. I was so scared. I was holding that ladder like I could actually do something if it gave way.
Well, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right? So
we have a lot of goals to do this year, though.
It's like I like to say, our plans have plans.
Yeah. But I need plans. He doesn't. He does. He does need plans. He just doesn't think he does. You do. But we bought some galvanized raised beds for the garden. And we just found somebody locally that has like mulch and garden soil and compost. So we're going to be ordering that. Oh, you have a sliver. I'll have to take that out. I can take it out now while I'm the sliver master. I love it. But we just found somebody locally that's out.
Oh, that was an easy one.
No, it's not. But locally that has like compost, triple mix, and wood mulch. So part of me wants to see if we can get somebody in or if we can rent a chipper, though, because it would probably be a lot cheaper to take all of these branches. It's just more manual work. And we're at the stage where we want to start bringing people in because we're done. Like, we just took most of the winter off and we're already overwhelmed. But the goal is by the time Mr. Mike is 50.
So if anybody's bored,
if anybody wants some good home cooked meals, night by the campfire, let us know. You can come help. We have a few people that have said that they are going to come out. One of them is our son's friend, and he really wants to come help with some tree cutting. So we have some trees that are zoned to come down for light for the garden, and then to kind of complete the garden path from the back of the house. But we've got a lot of stuff going on for the garden this year. I've got a lot of my plants start going. We have gone ahead and ordered chickens. Well, sorry. We've ordered the eggs because I'm going to, and I got to get an incubator. We're picking them up May 19th. And it's my first time incubating the eggs. So I'll take you guys along on that journey. But I had a lot of questions when it came to what chickens I wanted.
Yeah.
I knew what rooster I wanted. So hopefully we get a rooster of the chocolate silver-laced Orpingtons. They're brown and white.
Our luck, we'll get roosters in the other.
No. So from what I read online, you expect, hopefully if all is well and the eggs are fertilized, you expect about an 80% hatch rate. And then you expect 50% to be roosters. So if we only get one in that breed, I would love to have 5 hens and 1 rooster. But if we get more roosters than we need, they'll either be dinner or we'll find somebody that maybe wants that breed.
Those trees got to come down.
Yeah, those ones over there.
It'll allow sunlight on all this and it'll dry up.
There you go. But the other 2 breeds that we got were...
Gotcha.
You did. Oh, lavender Americana. They're a gray bird. They're pretty, but they give blue eggs. And so I don't really want a rooster in the Americana. I just don't say anything else. I just want the hens of the Americana. And then another one that we chose gives white eggs.
We chose.
No, okay. I did all the research. I found the hatchery, their heritage breed hatchery, and yeah, I did all the research for that. So, but you want
Eggs.
eggs.
Yes.
And in order to get fresh eggs, what do you need?
Chickens.
Okay. So,
What kind of chickens? I
he
think they
didn't
all
care.
have eggs.
Well, there was a lot of questions.
You
And maybe
wanted rainbow-colored eggs.
I did, but there was also a
Plentiful.
reason behind that. Because
Yes.
if I wanted, say, for example, if we get a rooster, going to keep the chocolate silver-laced Orpington rooster, friendly, social, and a very good protector, and very winter friendly, I guess. What do you call that?
Hardy.
And so that's one of the reasons why I chose the breed I did. Also, if we want to keep, I chose different colors of the breeds so that if I wanted to breed true, like the same kind of bird, I know what color egg I got to hatch out.
Yeah.
So
that did make sense.
Yeah, so the Orpingtons, they do brown eggs. The Americanas, they do blue eggs. And then the last breed I chose was Scots Dumpy. And they're a Scottish breed. And I don't know, I've been looking into my Scottish lineage, and it was just something like, I'm going to try it. So they have really short legs, and they
Cute,
waddle.
Short legs. It's kind of cute.
They're black and white, and they're also winter hardy. I chose ones with relatively short combs and that have good winter hardiness, but I chose the different color eggs so that we don't have all brown eggs and I don't know which breed I'm hatching out. So those were some of the reasons, but I found a local hatchery. Well, they're in Quebec, but it's only about an hour and 15 minutes from us. So I've placed the order. We're picking them up May 19th. And I'm so excited about the coop idea.
She wants a little village. What's the
Pioneer
village.
Or Wild West style.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
we'll start with one coop.
I've already got my plan set up. Yeah.
We'll make the one coop look like 2 or 3 different buildings. You know, we'll have a general store. And then, you know, maybe, I don't know what else, a general store. What else is there in a little small town?
Well, you get your general store, your feed store. You'd have a blacksmith shop, like, you know, pioneer
or
stuff,
jail,
right?
You know, you see stuff like that. So maybe, you know, but that'll be in the works. But the eggs we're getting May 19th. And so they're going to hatch by the 1st to 2nd week of June. And so we'll need to have the coop in all that area. I think that's the first area we should focus on cleaning.
Yeah.
We're not doing it today, but...
I've started.
Yes.
I did start. My biggest hurdle is that in the area the chicken coop is supposed to be in, I have a pile. Oh no, I have another pile.
His piles have piles.
My piles have piles.
Yeah.
Of logs and wood, so I have to like
clean it out.
But the tractor's not running right now, so I can't really get over there.
But
anyway,
we got to fix the tractor. Thankfully, we have somebody that knows about big.
My neighbor is a heavy equipment mechanic.
Heavy equipment. That's what I was looking.
So, like, what better person to have as a neighbor when you have a tractor?
I mean, he's a good guy too, but
that's true.
So I think he's coming over soon, and Mike and him will fix up the tractor. What was it? It was a
the
fuel.
The fuel pump got clogged up with sediment, so we're gonna have to empty out the fuel tank, filter it all the fuel out, clean the tank out, and then we're gonna put in a new fuel pump, an electric one. So it'll run like, the idea is to make it run and start like a gas-powered engine.
On a diesel.
On a diesel.
Nice. We have a lot to do. We took most of the winter off from everything. We lived, we worked, we did a few things in the house. We've had company, lots and lots of company come over, spend a few days, spend a weekend.
I mean, we clad a lot of the walls in, got some of the ceiling done.
It's livable, right?
Yeah.
And so
Put
that
doors
was,
in.
that was the main goal, was so that we could move in. And so I don't not want to say necessarily construction, because we have a few things we want to complete in the house, but they're not like pressing matters. To me, outdoors now is a pressing matter, because the house is livable, and then we'll kind of go room by room, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Room by room?
Room by room.
Okay. And
Roomba.
so you agree with me, though, room by room?
Yes.
Okay.
Room by room. Except for the ceiling.
Yeah.
That will go room by room.
Room by room? So one of the guests that we had here was Mr. Wally. He's been in a couple other videos before. Him and one of my best friends, Jessica, came up and spent a couple of days here. And he saw the area of the rock wall that we want him to be part of. Not because of the labor aspect of it, but because, you know, he's a brick mason, and it's just another story to add, another brick to the wall. And so he came up and said that he could bring up his rock cutter, and we could take some of these rocks that I want a flat, like flagstone look, and he could take some of these rocks that have a flat side but maybe rounded on the other, and he can cut them, and we can use all the rocks from our property instead of having to buy material. So really we'll only have to buy like the cage, what is that, to go on the wall?
It's like a fencing. I can't remember what he called it.
I can't remember the name of it,
but yeah, you put
and then
this
the
fencing
mortar
up, and then you can mortar over top of it, and then so
So
we'll
he's
have to buy a
gonna-
little bit, but it'll be made from things on the property, because we didn't take the time to log on the property and build the house from logs on the property. At least we'll have the rocks from the property to build the rock wall.
There's a lot.
Yeah, we have rocks.
Our rocks have rocks, right, Michael?
Yeah, our rocks.
Our plans have plans. Our piles have piles, and our rocks have rocks. I have gone ahead, put the cart before the horse again, and I bought some fruit trees, and a grapevine, a couple grapevines, some strawberries, and a weeping willow. We already have an area not near the house because we know it affects the piping, but we have a marsh area that I want to put a trail eventually and put a weeping willow back in there to soak up some of that water. Where all this standing water is. I would love to dig it out a little bit more so it stays here, and put a weeping willow in, but where? But I've always loved a weeping willow, so I ordered one of those, and that'll get done. And we have garden beds, and so hopefully this year will be more further along, I would say.
Much more gooder.
Much more better, gooder.
That's what Dad always says. It's
Much more gooder. Yeah, he does. But that's where we're at right now, frustrated and...
How you feeling with my fingers?
Oh
my That's my dad for you.
Yep. I'm in shape.
Round is a shape.
Yep. Am I putting all that in there?
You wonder where I get all these things and all these goofy things that I do? It's from him.
From him.
It's from him.
From him.
Oh, well.
Well, this video is already too long, but we wanted to have a chit chat with you, have Mr. Mike more in the video than the last time. And yeah, so if you guys have any ideas, or you want a weekend away to, you know, help out, no problem. We're not going to deny. We're so done. But we have to clean up before we invite people over. Like, we have to clean up some of the stuff to invite people over.
I mean, I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
So I'm going to say, what, another, like, 3-4 weeks of just doing little things, and then the hustling is going to begin?
No, that's when we start with the mosquito netting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot. Why did you have to go and ruin a beautiful day? Why? Yeah, that's about right, because when the Eastern Ontario Homesteading Conference was in May, it was always around the beginning of May, and black flies just began.
Yeah.
So what are we, like? We're the 13th of April today, so another like 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Of peace. Although, what did you kill today? Your first one.
Oh. Saw the first mosquito of the year.
Yep. Killed it. We went around and dumped out a bunch of stagnant water too, and buckets and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
All right.
Lots and lots to do. Wish I had a 4-wheeler. I could yank that thing around.
I wish I had a lot of things, but I am very, very happy with where we're at the same time.
We're not in the barn.
We're not in the barn.
We're not in the barn. I took a lot out of us being in the barn that long. You just we are not cave dwelling people.
No, no. I absolutely love the sun. The brightness, the cabin is so bright. I love it. My plants are loving it too. And so are my seedlings. I've got a lot of seedlings. A lot. Probably enough to give some away. But yeah, we have a lot of seedlings going on and lots of work to be done. To be continued, I guess.
I forget what was there, Indigo. It's been so long. And as always,
until next time,
take care.
And God bless. Bye.